But in order to find themselves progressing at all, they kept certain values that were pretty important to them, basic and critical. And why they came over here to begin with, I think were three things we talked about earlier. And it's very true. And most folks that founded our country, and this group was certainly very explicit in that, the old Prussian rule they were under, that was havoc over them. It was horrible. And we talk about various kinds of persecutions today. They had religious persecutions that were so imposing that they didn't have any free will, much less my personal right kind of thing at all. And economic downtrodden, you had the upper and you had the very many, many low that were kept downtrodden down and kept that way. Well, they got away from that, and they faced a rather critical unknown when they came over here. Because when it took 2 months with families not knowing where they're going to land, how long it's going to take to get there, but it took 2 months at least to come across the water. And then from Indianola, when they came up this way, they bought this area as a way station to the land grants, which were further west. When they came in right here, they're from Indianola up here. The one group alone lost over 5,000 to cholera. This is why immediately after they got here, they founded the orphanage, which is out here on the river, not far from here. And then beyond that, the schooling in here, we talked about that earlier. They had
school in the state of Texas.
First tax-supported public school in Texas, and this was self-imposed. They did right here within weeks after they got here. So they kept root with some basic values that were critically important to them. And they didn't have a thing. They had to cut it. They had to make it from nothing. They didn't have anything right now. But they looked ahead quite a while beyond themselves. And I think this really depicts that kind of thing, because when I talk about these woods and the buildings, it depicts people who are not looking for just something for me only right now. But
they weren't looking for a handout. They were
no. What can I do to offer something and maybe contribute to last a while and be of some benefit to somebody? I think that's what I like to see in it. Hey, they had among those who came over here, I have some books that give the ship's logs even, of the people who came, where they came from, their names, and the family and stuff like that. And in many cases, here, there, down the line, you have only a name, nothing else. Hey, they aren't all that golden. They had those who were on the run too. They had people who didn't want anybody to know where they were going, so they couldn't be found, you know. And so it was a mixture of things, but I think the important thing is that generally they made a contribution and they offered something. And I think we have this as something that we can look at, enjoy, and see that in it. But it may be good for us to say, hey, I got a job to do too, don't I? I got something that I need to offer, you know. Let somebody else have some better. Is that okay, teacher? All right.
Okay. Now, you all got a family tree from the Goy, right? In the mail. I've got I had it already. I just forgot to bring it along today. But I'll mail it to you. It's an obituary of Johann Friedrich Goya on the front page of the New Braunfels Zeitung. In whatever year it was he died. I don't even remember the year. But it was quite lengthy. And it's very informative. He and his wife came from Prussia. That's between Germany and Russia. But it's considered a part of Germany. It's the part that's closest to Russia. And they had a little boy, an infant. He died on the ship coming over here. And when he got here, his brother helped him get established. And he helped build the EMR Church and the Catholic Church. He was a stonemason by trade. And he raised, he had two more sons and 3 daughters over here in the Braunfels. The sons both died in infancy, so he had 3 sons altogether, and they all 3 died in infancy. But he had 3 daughters, and they all lived to maturity. And there was Tanda Anna, and off a lot of people in the round. It's an unusual name, Goya, Geue, but it's as German as it comes. I'll send you all a copy of the obituary. It's really enlightening.